Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad. Just let me check the vitals of the stream, and we are going to be ready to go. Uh, okay, so everything looks good. All right. So we do have a full moon in Sagittarius on our hands happening on the 11th, which is at least for me, it's 2 days from now. It's already 9th here. For you, my American friends, still in 8th of June in 3 days then. And the moon is gonna take place as full in Sagittarius at 3:44 a.m. That happens at the 20th degrees in 39 minutes into the sign of Sagittarius, and the phase of the moon, which is from full moon to new moon, that is called a waning moon. It's going to be all the way up until June 26th. 25th, I'm sorry. So June 25th at 6:31 a.m. Then the moon will become new in Cancer. The degree is 4 degrees and 8 minutes. So hello News Devon, welcome to the stream. So tonight live stream is going to be all about that phase of the moon, the waning moon. And the forecast is going to be for the waning phase of the moon from 11th to 26th, 15 days, give or take. So the first thing that I'm usually doing in these that I'm always doing in these live streams, that is going to be the collective reading. And the first card for the collective reading, that is 8 of Wands. I pre-drew the cards so I can use them for the thumbnail. Therefore, you can examine them on your own merit using the thumbnail of the live stream. But anyway, the first one, that is 8 of Wands, followed by the second card here of the 4 of Swords. And the third card for that phase of the moon, this is going to be 4 of Pentacles. Very, very risky period of time for all of us. This phase of the moon, that 15 days, are going to be dappled with many options that we can take. Okay, whatever situation we do find ourselves participating into, there are going to be the very least few ways how we can go about it, and all of them are going to have an inherent risk in it. So some of these options how we can go about the situations will carry an enormous one, meaning that we can lose almost everything we got, if not everything we got. And so in order to mitigate all that, it will be best if we consult every time within the next 15 days. Should we contemplate taking on an action, making on a decision? Consultation with a faithful companion, very good friend, or a family member. It's just someone that we trust, is gonna save us a lot of headache, huge disappointments, and again, enormous losses, right? These 15 days are very dangerous because within them we can jeopardize already ensured future, right? Something we worked hard for, we bled and sweat for it to consolidate and to situate it as a future, and then we can just throw it all away with a foolish action or very stupid choice we make. That's why, again, very important to consult ourselves with people that we trust going into the next 15 days. Some of these risky moves, though, are going to carry on also enormous rewards, which again are going to be foreseen through a consultation. So just to give you a very simple example, don't try to heal yourself through Facebook, for example, reading your symptoms and then reading about remedies, just go to a doctor, right? Take an opinion of a professional, an entrusted professional that you can go to. It's just a simple example how this unfolds around if it comes to that kind of a situation. So that was the collective reading. Now there are going to be 12 more readings, one for each star sign, and I'm going to run down the ecliptic, meaning that I'm going to start with Aries and I'm going to end up with a Pisces. Bear in mind that these are going to be generalized readings for the star signs, and if you do wish to have your own personal reading, you can go to my website, which link you can find in the description down below. And other than that, if you do enjoy the show, you can support it by subscribing for the channel if you haven't already. Leave a like or comment if you feel so. And finally, if you do wish to support it financially, you can do so using Super Chat or a PayPal. The PayPal link you can find as well in the description down below. And anyone who does so, you guys are going to have a reading at the end of the stream. That is pretty much guaranteed. That's going to be a personalized reading, just like Yasmin did. Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Yasmin. And as well, Taco, thank you for the $22.22. Let me guys check on if you have any particular inquiry. You're already in my list. No, you don't. Okay, so you're already into my list, and at the end of the stream you're going to have personalized reading how that waning moon is going to affect you personally. So with that said, the first star sign that I'm going to read for, this is going to be Aries, and you can track which star sign I'm reading for through the glyph being displayed right there. Okay, so if you're watching it on a video, you can just skim ahead until you find the glyph of your star sign and listen to that reading. News Devon, thank you for the £5. Thank you, News Devon. Let me put you also into the list, and again at the end of the stream you're going to have your personalized reading of what is coming your way. Bear in mind again that I have to use the Lenormand system for that question, not the tarot one. So yeah, you are warned. Okay. So going first for Aries, the first card, that will be the moon, followed by the second card of a Five of Pentacles. And the final one, this is going to be the Nine of Pentacles. So this phase of the moon is going to have a huge personal, is going to bring for you, Aries, a huge personal transformation. Long story short here is that very quickly going into that lunar transit, that lunar phase, you will understand and realize what you're doing wrong, long story short, right? Well, what is that you do or that you think, or in generally, what is that part of your lifestyle that is creating troubles, that is preventing you for example, to find love or find good job or do your job in general. And you will undergo a personal transformation omitting these parts of your lifestyle that are creating you troubles. And I'm sorry for the example here, guys, but you just can have a pretty big mouth, talking without being asked, and, you know, repulsing people from yourself. And recognizing that and working on it, keeping your mouth shut when you have to, will set you up for a huge leap of developments, right? So this phase of the moon for you, Aries, is going to be simultaneously will have a very, very healing effect over your lifestyle, and is going to set you on a path that you are meant to be successful at once you are over, or once you are done with that personal transformation. And you are going to undergo it whether you like it or not, even if you miss it or you're too stubborn to undergo through it in this lunar phase. It will catch up with you on a later stage in your life. So it's better to be now than having to face it when you are less prepared than now. Because it does look like you are very well prepared to undergo that transformation. Okay, next one, that will be Taurus. King of Wands, Queen of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. I'm sorry about that. um, you will end up finding yourself being very active in that phase of the moon. It is just is gonna kick in a huge amount of a surge of energy, I would say, a surge of activity, because you will find most of the circumstances in your situations almost perfect in order to just set the things up the way you find best for yourself, or in other words said, all of the situations that you will be in going into the next a couple of weeks are going to be just so you can push your things through. You can push your idea through, you can push your results through, you can push yourself through, and so on and so forth. And therefore, in many fields, in many spheres of your life, you can make a super positive changes, but it will require again your actions. You need to step in and transform these ideas, ambitions, ideals, wishful thinkings, wishful results as well into actions. Simple as that. So whenever you do see a perfect moment, and there are going to be a lot of instances of that going into the next 15 days, I suggest you to take it, because according to these cards, at least for you, the general reading will hit you the less, or it's kind of gonna touch you the less, because there will be almost no risk involved, at least not for you. Well, there are gonna be losing sides, but it's not going to be you. It does look like that if there are some losses, you're not going to be the one to suffer them, but everyone else that it is involved. So you can make success on the expenses of someone else, and if that suits you well, by all means. But long story short, you're going to end up being extremely lucky in business, in love, and in everything else in these couple of weeks. Next one will be Gemini. Six of Wands, Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles. This phase of the moon is gonna bring you huge I don't think that that's the action required. We're talking about efforts. I don't think that, filling up a lottery ticket counts as an effort. Here we're talking about for the Taurus News Devon, for a personal ambitions. So it's about projecting and transforming your personal ambitions through the perfection of the circumstances. Okay, back to Gemini. This phase of the moon is going to bring you massive rewards and recognition that you will happen to have the capability to sit on and use fully to your advantage. And it will has to do, it's quite difficult to explain it, but it will have to do with mixing up an experience or a conduct that you have built up until this point and fully aligning it with an experience and conduct that it is required from you to have or execute. Okay, I don't know what that pretty much means for each one of you, but just to give you an example, imagine you have worked kind of a job for the last 20 years in a certain way, and then you have changed your job and you went to a new place that does same line of work, but in a slightly different way. So you will be able to incorporate that new way into your old ways and forge a third one that is going to be super effective, is going to bring you, like I said, a massive rewards, super big recognition, and it's going to be something that you can sit on for a very, very long time. Not to mention that at least for the next couple of weeks, you will be able to find a sweet spot for all of the different fields of your life. Meaning that, for example, your job is not going to interfere with your love life, neither your love life is going to obstruct your job in a certain way, or your friendships, and so on and so forth. So you're going to find yourself in a super precious equilibrium. And finally, there will be some kind of a resolution that is going to be, again, a very, very successful for you, Gemini. So this should be a super gainful phase of the moon for you. And it does make you an opposition, I believe. So yeah, I am not an astrologer, but it should affect you more than the rest, for lack of a better expression here. I may be wrong though. Okay. Next is going to be Cancer. Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, Two of Pentacles, well, this phase of the moon will be quite beneficial when it comes to working your way through, because in every situation you find yourself being in these couple of weeks, there is always going to be a way out for you. or a way forward for you without compromising your principles, without compromising your perspectives. And these ways that you are going to come up to, and that is if you do decide to go along with them, right? But either way, these uh, resolutions that you're going to come up with are going to be simultaneously quite effective. Actually, you will be surprised how effective they are going to be. I mean, they're going to blow your mind, and on many instances, how things unfold will exceed your expectations, and simultaneously are going to be options that you would kind of like find yourself enjoying to take and enjoying to be a part of. So literally, next couple of weeks, you should always consult your emotions with your logic, in a sense of that whenever you are contemplating on taking an option, you should ask yourself whether you like what you are going to do or not. And if you don't have to take it, because there's going to be another option that is going to be more likable, to a point where a one is going to show up that you will really going to enjoy taking on and being a part of. And like I said, these resolutions, I'm sorry, are going to be very, very effective. I mean, they're going to exceed your expectations without you having to compromise on your principles and your perspectives. Next one will be Leo. Three of Cups, Four of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. Three of Cups and Four of Wands. I don't remember seeing that elemental dignity like ever. That combo like ever. But it stands for, in a such a way, falling. It stands for replacing an enterprise that is near completion with an enterprise that it has a bigger potential. Okay. Other way how that combo can be looked at is that people around you doesn't want you to keep on going with what you are doing right now as an enterprise. And the funny thing is that you do have the same feeling that is going to be pretty much futile or not very beneficial going further and forward with the enterprise. Like, for example, you know, there isn't an open position for a promotion, and while the logic dictates you that you should take that promotion, something doesn't feel right and everybody else feels it too. So all of you have the same vision that this promotion is not going to be good for you, right? Now, whether you're going to take it or not, that is entirely up to you. So this is how that elemental dignity pretty much stands. Other than that, this phase of the moon is going to bring an old acquaintance in your life. Probably you haven't ended up on the right foot with them. Pretty big disagreement about one thing or another. It could be an ex or just an old friend that you haven't been in touch for a very, very long time. And I think that this is going to be the case why you ended up relationship or you severed relationship. It is because now when they return, they will acknowledge that you are right, that your vision, that your opinion, that your assessment was pretty much right back then, and so they are going to adopt it coming into your life one more time. Whether you are going to allow them to stay or not, it is entirely up to you. And other than that, this full moon, this new moon and phase of the moon in the next couple of weeks will grant you more freedom amongst your peers, as they are going to grow in confidence and as well in trust in you. So next, that will be Virgo. Seven of Swords, Knight of Swords, and the final one, this is going to be the Hangman. Those three. Oh my, you are going to be on a crossroad, okay? And the crossroad is going to be about whether you should sacrifice your goal for the accomplishment of the goal of a person. It could be someone close, or it could be someone that is just you're involved with. Just very quick example here. You may have a goal to spend more time with your beloved one, but to sacrifice that goal in favor of your boss, working for them, making them money, right? So that could play out in many different ways. But simply, this is going to be the crossroad for you. What kind of a sacrifice you are going to make? You're going to sacrifice yourself, or you're going to burn someone which agenda isn't just your agenda. The choice is going to be yours. But this crossroad will emerge because there is going to be a stir in your circumstances. Now, these couple of weeks that are coming, you will simply going to have the ability to do more for yourself, for your own agenda, and just for the things you want to accomplish. Another thing from these cards, it is that you should use these couple of weeks to collect debts, collect favors, and as well collect respect if you feel like a proper amount haven't been given to you. And the reason for that is because you're gonna this phase of the moon is going to ignite a very strong sense of self-righteousness that is going to be aligned very much with the universal justice. So whenever you sense that you do deserve something, you probably do. But unless you storm the situation and kind of like demand it right away, it's not going to be given, at least not within the next couple of weeks. Okay, next one will be Libra. Nine of Cups, Four of Swords, Nine of Swords. It's very weird. I mean, you're gonna end up being very fulfilled and satisfied. Well, satisfied isn't exactly the word. Let's stick with the fulfilled one, right? of the situations that you are involved in. You're going to be very fulfilled by the job you're doing, or by the person that you're dating, the relationship you're in, the friendships that you have and are forging. In fact, you're going to be very so fulfilled and happy from them that in the next couple of weeks, some sort of a sense of fear of losing these things, these sources of happiness, is going to emerge, which is going to stir you into direction of putting more effort into these sources of happiness. Okay, putting more efforts in your job, putting more efforts into your relationship, and so on and so forth. And that way, instead of kind of like relying on short-term happiness, short-term fulfillments, you will be able to ensure it for a long-lasting one. So this phase of the moon, it is the pivotal point where you transform a short-term happiness into a long-lasting one. That is how that waning moon is going to affect you, Libra. Next will be Scorpio. Six of Cups, the moon, and the King of Wands. It's pretty simple for Scorpio. That waning moon, we are gonna end up doing things not just only we would love and enjoy doing, or spending time with people that we love and enjoy spending time with, but also these things, whether job, whether project, whether people, are going to happen to be those that we are meant to be with, or meant to be at, okay, or meant to do. The only concern it is that we can become a bit more overambitious in these couple of weeks, and instead of enjoying what we're doing, we can create it in a rather stagnant process, right? Like, for example, playing video games, it's one thing, but going competitive way too quickly kind of sucks out the fun having in it. So just, go small steps. We should go small steps, right? And not trying to control everything going forward in these couple of weeks, neither with the dates, neither with the projects, neither with the tasks, neither with the enterprises. Okay, we should just relax and have fun. Okay, next, Sagittarius. The World, the Emperor, King of Swords, it's about letting go for Sagittarius. Uh, these couple of weeks, it will happen so that we are going to, I'm saying we because I have a moon in Sagittarius, and actually I do have a stellium in Sagittarius. But it will happen so you Sagittarius will reach the end of the road with something, whether the end of the road with your relationship, whether the end of the road with I don't know, with a project or with a client and so on and so forth. And there is going to be that urge to take the reins, so to speak, and um, borrow its time, if I may put it that way, kind of like um, extend the enterprise, which is not going to be pretty much possible, at least according to these cards. It's just you are going to put more and more stress on yourself. So that waning moon is all about wrapping up stuff with your current undertakings and start thinking about a new journey, kind of like start thinking about a new perspective. Like, for example, wrapping up things about your dates and stop thinking about it, not losing it. Though that doesn't mean that you're gonna lose it. You just, make it a certainty, or you are about to make it a certainty. And instead of uh, putting your undivided attention there, okay, where it isn't needed anymore because you pretty much secured it, direct it into some kind of a new perspective for you, like open up business, like start looking for another job, and so on and so forth. So it's all about this waning moon is all about us Sagittarius figuring out what we're going to do next and take a step toward the unknown. But again, we are going to be on the verge of a huge wrap up of on an enterprise that we have tried to accomplish for a very long time. So the end is near, or kind of like the conclusion, I would say, is near. And after it, we are going to be free to start something new on our own volition, and it could be whatever we choose. Okay, next, that will be Capricorn. Ace of Wands, Eight of Wands, Eight of Swords. So these are going to be, this is going to be a very gainful enterprise for you, Capricorn, something that you can make, for example, a lot of money from. You can learn a lot from, and you can build up a lot of connections from. The issue is that you can go many ways about it, and not all of these ways that you can go about it can end up being successful. So, at least according to these cards, the way to the highest success in this gainful enterprise goes through the most restrictions. That is what these cards says. And depending on what enterprise this is going to be for you, will determine what those restrictions are, and they can be your guide. The more restrictions you have to face, the bigger the reward is going to be at the end. And in these couple of weeks following that gainful enterprise, it's very likely that you are to develop or unlock a skill or a talent you possessed all of your life, but you never needed it. But now you will, and that will allow you to, like I said, develop it and fill it up in your arsenal of skills so you can use it on a later date. Okay, next, that will be Aquarius. King of Cups, Knight of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. So I am rising Aquarius, and for us guys, that lunar phase is going to be all about a proposal that is going to happen to be exactly as we hoped to be. Okay, that could be a job proposal or an offer. It could be business offer, it could be a relationship offer, but it's going to be exactly the one we have hoped to get. And as far as the potential of that offer goes, it had barely scratched the surface. I mean, we can grow in it big time. I don't know how to even put it into words, right? Other than that, this moon, or rather like this phase of the moon, is going to put our professionalism under the spotlight. So we are going to prove ourselves being very professional, very emotionally mature, and also hardworking people, determined to develop 100% of the potential of any given task, of any given responsibility, of any given promise. So pretty much, I don't know, it's decency, I guess. I mean, we're going to prove ourselves, or kind of like prove in front of the society and the world that we are a very, very decent people. And last but not least, that is going to be Pisces. So let me shuffle and see what you guys have. The Moon, the Hangman, the Star. Hello, Enra 00. All right, for Pisces, you guys are going to experience delays, and the reason for it, actually, there are a couple of reasons, but I'm going to tell you only one of them. The other one, no one is supposed to know. So the one that I'm going to tell you is that you have surpassed the circumstances, so you are further ahead than you are supposed to be, and so you just have to wait the circumstances or everyone else to do their job until you are capable to move forward with the growth and with the development. So that's going to make you a bit emotionally, say, uncertain was the word that I was searching for, and is gonna make you doubt whether you are handling the right thing or handling the right project or handling the project the right way, and so on and so forth. And this is going to be a test of your faith in yourself and in your capabilities, and in the same time a test of patience, but simultaneously also a breakthrough, because when the time comes right, the star is going to be massive, and you will find out that that was something you were born simply to do, or to be with, or to be at, depending on what situation here we are talking about. But yeah, other than your emotions, you're gonna see that nothing else gives you troubles. Okay, just nothing else gives you troubles within these 15 days, and you can just relax. And finally, I would say there are going to be a lot of fantasies for the doom and gloom. Don't allow yourself being beguiled by them. Simple as that. So this is one of the best combos of tarot. signifying that you are on the right path with your life. And if that's a question you have, then yes, you are on the right path. All right, that was for the 12th. And now, the super chat. Anyone who support the stream financially through super chat or PayPal, you guys and girls, you're about to have a reading right now, which is going to be personalized one. And the first one, that will be Yasmin. So Yasmin, let's see how the new moon in Sagittarius is going to affect you personally. Hey, Taco. You're next, by the way, mate. Shauna say, thank you for the $20 US. Thank you. Let me put you into the list. And very soon, 2 readings from now, you're going to have your own personal one. Oops. All right. All right, Yasmin. Let me finish the shuffle here. Okay, those are the cards. And this new moon, or rather like this phase of the moon, will be all about money and family members, your elders, if they are still amongst us, some kind of a and I can't say, I'm sorry, that it's an issue, but a matter that needs to be resolved where there are money involved. And so there are going to be, I think, negotiations, something like that, like a conversations about those money, and whatever issue is surrounding those money is going to be cleared and resolved in these couple of weeks. And at least according to these cards that I'm seeing in front of me, these family members wants to give you at least a portion of those money. And maybe the issue is going to be how that can happen without anyone else kind of like, asking for the same share, something of that sorts. But again, it does look like that we are going to have a monetary concern that is not going to be direct to you, meaning that it's not going to be about your monetary stability, but um, someone that wants to inject in your monetary stability, that is from your family, bloodline family, meaning siblings, aunts, uncles, parents as well. And the issue is going to be how, so no one else kind of tries to make the same claim. Something of the sorts. All right, next one, that will be Taco. All right, Taco. I'm sorry. Quite tired here, guys. Those are your cards. So we do have a quite immature person that is going to try to sabotage you. Uh, by the look of the cards, it's like being sabotaged by the character of Mr. Bean, right? A super silly and stupid attempt that to happen, and it will. Can I put it into work? Into words. Uh, it will happen in your work, or something that resembles work. So, yeah, keep your eyes peeled for, I don't know, a person that is very immature and very silly. So, what's going to come out of it? That's great. And it's close to mind. Yeah, someone that has that character, right? Very silly. Those are the tarot cards. So what's going to come out of it is going to give you, it comes close to mind with the Wheel of Fortune and Page of Pentacles, is going to give you an edge, like a leverage for them. You can use that leverage to pretty much, you know, make a clean break, like get rid of them. But I can give you one better here, because with these cards also you can use that leverage to twist their hands and pretty much make them do what they're supposed to, or what you want. Pretty much make them do their job or what they have promised to you. But this attempt of that person to screw you will hurt you, because probably by that point you have considered them to be either loyal or professional or something like that. And when you find out that they are trying to screw you over in such a stupid and silly way that insults your intelligence, you are not going to feel well. Kind of like, you will not going to be thrilled. But actually, that attempt is going to play a positive role for you, with that Wheel of Fortune being on the front side here. Is going to give you a means and circumstances that you wouldn't have otherwise. Okay, Shona say now. Yeah, it gives you leverage. You're welcome, Taco. Those are your cards, Sean say. So what you need to know is that you won't be able for the next 15 days. You won't be able to do much for the others, but for yourself, right? Like, uh, don't waste your um, resources. Try to fix the lives of others, but use them to fix your own. The reason why that's the message for you and what you need to know, it is that because you are going to receive a pretty bad news that will not going to affect you directly. This isn't the news for you. It's a news for someone you know. Probably someone is in a grave danger, or they have messed up pretty bad, and kind of dig a hole for themselves and so on and so forth. What you need to know is that it doesn't matter how much you want to help or how much you are willing to invest, nothing is going to make their situation improve unless they do it by themselves. And same applies to you as well. So what you need to know is that you can feel very fulfilled, very happy, very content, very exhilarated if you put all of your resources towards yourself and your family rather than, wasting them or spending them for the happiness of someone else. Simple as that. But yeah, you will receive some kind of a terrible news about a person you know, and the first search you're gonna have is to help, but that help will not do, at least according to my cards. And by all means, you can do whatever you feel is right. And last but not least, that is going to be News Devon. So on News Devon, I have to use the Lenormand system here. And you want to know what is coming your way. You're welcome, Sean say. Those are cards. Some kind of an information from the authorities about your home, about the place you live. Okay, and it should be an information that has a positive spin. For example, if you are using I don't know, a government condo, the government gave you a condo, like they're lowering your rent, or it could be that, a government institution is going to cover up a portion of your rent, or is lowering your taxes about the place you are living, something of the sort, but it's going to have a positive spin. And it's going to be more of like, it will come to your attention that you can use some sort of a government program to alleviate something about your living situation. And I mean living property situation. So hopefully you will be able to use it fully to your advantage. And with that said, guys, this is going to do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and as well, thank you so much for your generosity. Hopefully, we're going to see each other next time, which is Thursday. That will be on the 12th, and at that point, we are going to have. Well, I think we're going to have what we need to know. Hold on a second. Yeah, we're going to have what we need to know. All right, everyone. So this is going to do it for tonight. And until Thursday. Until then, bye.